Hi Aquarius, here is a general look at your solar chart for May 2013. I just want to mention the eclipses. There's a couple of eclipses this month. One is a major solar eclipse visible in the southern hemisphere, so you guys down there can see it. Although we will all feel the energy of the eclipse in various ways. Can be subtle, can be obvious, but majorly it's affecting the fixed signs, and you Aquarius are one of the fixed signs. So it's happening in Taurus on May the 10th, and then that will be having an effect most strongly on the other fixed signs, Scorpio, Leo, and you Aquarius. So if you're born around about the 1st to the 18th, on the very outside of the month, you will be in the sort of most emphasized area of the eclipse, but the pulse will gradually sort of lessen as it pulses out and affect the whole sign. Also, if you've got any important points in your natal chart or rising sign, and of course moon sign, and if that falls, if you happen to know, within 8 to 27 degrees, then that will also be in the hotspot area of the eclipse. But all of the signs will be feeling the eclipse energy depending on where it falls in their natal charts. And then the lunar eclipse energy is on the 25th in Sagittarius, and particularly affecting the other mutable signs, Gemini, Virgo, Pisces, and that one will be affecting, sort of bringing an energy of change in a minor way, and over a shorter period of time. So that will be about a month, whereas the solar eclipse will be covering 6 months. So if you want to make changes, then this is an energy of change. It's a neutral energy, and you can direct it, you can guide it, and then you can shape it into whatever improvements or changes that you want to do, particularly in the area of the eclipse, which will be in and around your base of operations, perhaps regarding family, neighborhood, or a community. So that's where the eclipse energy is impacting the most for you Aquarius. And then the lunar eclipse energy is impacting quite an upbeat area for you, and it's a very expansive area for you. So you may be able to make changes related to sort of expanding your knowledge base or your territory physically into new areas that could be related to travel as well. Anyway, until the 21st, the focus will be more in and around the base of operations, to do with your point on the map, or to do with home, a property. It can also be to do with a neighborhood, or in fact your family or extended family, like a tribal connection. And your gaze will, and your awareness will tend to be turned inwards more. You'll be more aware of your inner processing, and feelings can be a little bit nearer the surface. You need nurture during this time, so it may feel more nurturing to really connect with nature, with Mother Earth, and feel the good that brings you. And then from the 21st, the Sun moves into a more buoyant, creative, speculative, fun orientated area, and there's less of that inward vibration around then. So that can manifest as or in lots of ways, but the child energy is being emphasized there, and also the energy of romance as well, along with any kind of leisure activity or competitive activity. So you may be hanging out with the sort of people you enjoy to be with, doing the kinds of things you enjoy, and some of you could have more connection with the entertainments or the performance or leisure industry at that time. Just want to say about the eclipse on the 25th, there's quite a connection with Neptune going on there. So just keep your feet on the ground when it comes to making plans, or being idealistic, or perhaps expectant about something. Don't overinflate, and just try and keep it real. And that really, I could say, goes on and covers the 27th as well. Although there is a more optimistic, a very optimistic vibe, but just don't be over optimistic. That's me doing my job as the astrologer. But yes, that looks like a very nice connection there on the 27th for you. Now, until the 16th, discussions and ideas, and just, you know, the way your brain is speeding along certain pathways in your brain, can be very much to do with this private area of your life that I was mentioning, where the sun is, and you could be harking back to the past, or being in more connection with the past in some way, or a tradition, or relations, or parents, who of course are relations. Some of you may be considering or feeling it necessary to consider a legacy, or be feeling a bit nostalgic maybe. Whatever's going on, feelings do tend to be near the surface, but you also can trust your intuition as well. And then from the 16th, Mercury moves into this area of fun, more creative, more feeling like you want to take a risk, being more articulate, playful in your speaking and in your ideas, maybe beating the drum on something, putting the word out on something, being more creatively expressive, or competitive, and enjoying connections and communications with maybe lovers, children, and anybody else you like to sort of connect with. And then from the 31st, the position of Mercury will put your mind more on the to-do list, rolling up the sleeves, getting organized, getting the act together, getting it how you want it to be, around work, around employment, around techniques, around methods, but also centered around health and well-being, you know, exercise, diet, and the like. And that one's going to be there a very, very long time, right up until August the 9th, so you'll get used to Mercury being there. Also learning new skills. Some of you could be training in something, or in fact sharing your skills, sharing your expertise in practical ways. There's a very practical vibe here, and having very sort of conversations having a very practical slant. Now, until the 10th, Venus beams a friendly, sociable light right into the root of your chart, manifesting maybe, you know, as you appreciating where you are, or who you've got near to you or around you, you appreciating the beauties of nature, and maybe you valuing very highly the nature that you've got around you, and perhaps capitalizing on that asset, seeing it as an asset in some way, but also wanting to embellish your surroundings, wanting to embellish and decorate a space. This can be one of the ways, many ways actually, this one can work. Getting on better with in family relationships, or with people in the neighborhood, feeling supported and being the supporter as well, and bringing a feeling of balance really into your inner self. So that's always a good thing. Venus then moves on the 10th, and that can mean your self-expression becomes more creative, and you're feeling you know, kind of a little bit sort of playful, kind of get a little mischievous glint in your eye, and that's where that begins actually, but it won't sort of fully kind of come together until maybe the sun, or nearly fully come together until the sun moves into that area there on the 21st. But definitely it can boost your personal life, your love life, and can help you to make a good impression on others, or you can get others to value you, appreciate you, put you center stage, send an admiring glance or two your way, and also meaning that for leisure or for pleasure or for entertainment, you can have access to the sorts of places that you really enjoy. Until the 31st, Mars is at the root of your chart, meaning that you could be quite busy in and around a base of operations. If you're at home, maybe it's like DIY, or if you are out and about, maybe you're just being very busy going out and about in a neighborhood, or taking yourself off to a place, or being taken off to a place where you've got to, that connecting with nature is going on. Maybe you're digging the garden, or maybe you are just somewhere where that connection with nature can use up quite a lot of your physical energy. It can be like that, or it can be like you are just being more decisive and wanting to initiate things around property. It could be to do with a property deal, or in and around a locality, or getting busy inside or outside in a physical kind of a way. But again, your moods can be a little bit up and down, because feelings are a bit nearer the surface, and old patterns can be somebody can easily push your buttons, and then you're tripping over some old baggage that you haven't cleared away. But Venus is there, and Venus is helping to balance the books and smooth the ways and easing any tension. So actually, in and around the home base, or in and around the area where you are actually at the moment, can be quite a sociable, friendly sort of feeling. From the 31st then, Mars moves into what I sometimes call the house of fun. Mars likes to party when he gets there. So it can work again in ways where your ability to grab somebody's attention can be increased. Your ability to just feel, in your power, feel that you're getting good at something, or quite good at something, and others appreciate that. Whatever it is, it can be games, yes, but it can also be work. It can be anything that you try your hand at, which gives you that feel-good factor. Or indeed, you can just sort of perhaps just sit there and somebody plumps up your pillows and just, you're the center of their attention. So I mean, that might get a bit boring though, but this is a wonderful area for children, lovers, hanging out with people who you enjoy socializing, and just generally it's got the feel-good factor. But it can mean, with Mars there, that you burn the candle at both ends and you overindulge, and then you're sorry. So just be aware of that, because Mars is a little bit of a go-getter. Mars likes to sort of leap in without really counting the cost before he's actually made that leap off the cliff edge. Now then, Jupiter. Until June, Jupiter is a planet of potential abundance, but also loads of learning. Jupiter has been in a really good angle to your sun sign, and expanding you positively in many ways, and helping you to feel more creative, helping you to feel more innovative, even a bit self-indulgent, but also this fun energy, and you connecting maybe in a more fun kind of a way, leisure kind of a way with others. And it's not serious, it's bringing out that inner child, and it's quite romantic as well for some of you who are looking or at that stage. And definitely, though, you're growing through these connections, you're growing through this kind of experience that you're having, in whatever way it's panning out. But there's sort of a kind of a rule of thumb for how it might be panning out. And having more, just being closer to the sorts of activities which are loosely sort of termed entertainment or performance, or hobbies, sporting, leisure type activities. And there you can grow and learn and get this sense of space and get this sense of the bigger picture. And it could be a speculative venture too for some of you. That's another way it can be working out. And you learning a lot as you're going along there, and you growing and expanding as you're going along there with that creative project or venture. And you Aquarians born 5th to 14th of February, always 16 to 25 degrees rising, going to feel that energy the most this month. Saturn has got just about another 2 years to run in Scorpio at the top of your solar chart, and slowly this is going to help you to redefine your place in the world, your image, your life direction. Saturn is in a more challenging angle to your sun sign, so you've got to work a bit harder in that area there to restructure your outer sort of image, but also possibly, you know, your actual point on the map, your space where you live, because the two kind of go together. If you don't have a safe and secure foundation under your feet, you're not going to be able to have that peace of mind to do a lot in the world. So Saturn is impacting those two areas of your solar chart, and if you are near the degree of Saturn at the moment, which is you Aquarians born between 25 to 29th of January, or with 5 to 9 degrees rising, if you look back 29 years-ish, not much either side of that, then you'll see how it worked the last time it came around. Of course, you've got to be old enough to do that. And what happened next. So that can be quite an eye-opener. Now the outer planets, Uranus, your ruling planet, Neptune and Pluto, if you want to see what's how they might be influencing your sign at the moment, or which part of your sign they're influencing, then go to my website. That'll be written up there. And that's it for May. I will see you the next time.